bossbabe.com. And when you join, you'll get access to all the past content from that tier and the lower tiers as well. So, today I am going to be talking about my itinerary for my trip to Aruba. For those of you that don't know, which most of you know, it is just about 1 year since I got married to my husband in Jamaica. We had the time of our lives. It was thus far the best week of my life, and I grieve it often. So to take the sting out of that a little bit, my husband and I planned a trip to Aruba for our 1 year anniversary to celebrate in paradise and remind us of, last year's adventures. It will be a little bittersweet because our friends and family won't be with us, and it's just, you don't get a trip like that. That's like a once in a lifetime thing. Maybe twice if you're lucky, 3 times if you're extremely lucky. We want to do a vow renewal, a 10-year vow renewal, and I will. So stick around, guys. 9 more years to go. Someone quote this in 9 years. So yeah, we're doing Aruba, the 2 of us, and I'm really excited. So today you can sit back, relax. I'm just going to do a little whispered ramble about what we're going to be doing while we're there. I love planning trips. It's one of my favorite things to do. My husband really lets me take the reins, which is amazing, and I ask for his input here and there. So I have been to Aruba one other time with the twins, who are my best friends, when I was 23 or 24. Tony has never been. Fun fact, before I started dating him, he had never even been on a plane. And then him and I actually went to my cousin's wedding, which was in South Carolina, where she lives. And that was his first time on a plane when he was 20. So yeah, ever since we've traveled to Mexico, Jamaica, Rome, Turkey, Greece, Italy, and I love having those adventures with him, so I'm really excited. Aruba is beautiful. The weather's fabulous there, knock on wood. It's safe, so yeah. So speaking of safe, when I last went, I did an all-inclusive. We stayed at the Rio, which is, they have them everywhere, and it was fine. It wasn't the best hotel I've ever stayed at. It wasn't the worst, but that was the first time that I had been to an island like that. I had never been anywhere or been to an all-inclusive when we were younger, and we worked with a travel agent, and that's what she suggested based on our price range. This time around, we are still staying at an all-inclusive. We're staying at a different one called the DV. There's the Tamarin and the DV that are both adults only all-inclusives in Aruba, but I guess they're just 2 different buildings. I don't fully understand why it's separated out. I don't really know, but you have full access to both resorts and restaurants and entertainment and things like that when you stay at one So I think that's a really great perk. It's nice that if you don't know, like, you know, you're in another country, you're not familiar with your surroundings, just feel like safe and comfortable in, you know, within your resort. For places where you may, especially places where you may feel less comfortable leaving the resort. Aruba is not one of those places you can pretty much leave and go and be around safely, which me and the twins didn't do like a ton of research last time or have much intentions on leaving the resort, like I said, because we were younger. So me and Tony are doing an all-inclusive because for, you know, a few days we just want to relax on the beach and chill and a few dinners and not have to think about money and just have it paid and be done with. But then we do want to explore off the resort a little bit more than I did before. The one thing for me that I'm always not like disappointed in a way where it's a deal breaker, but I'm pretty much always disappointed in is the food at every all-inclusive. I mean, everyone will have their opinions, and I've seen TikToks that say they go to these all-inclusives and they're like, oh, the food was amazing. I think that's a lie. It's usually sauces are watered down, cuts of meat are less quality, portions are smaller, which that I actually don't mind because it keeps me from getting like over full and stuffed and bloated and feeling sick on vacation, which is never fun. But you know, the best food I had at an all-inclusive, luckily, was our wedding dinner. We like paid an upcharge for that and had like steak and lobster, and everybody was like, that was an amazing meal, like it was the best lobster I've had, blah blah blah. So, you know, that's all I can ask for. So day one, we do have a morning flight. Our flight is about 4.5 hours from Philly, which really isn't bad. I think anything under 5 hours is really doable. Anything over that, sometimes my back starts to hurt. My neck, I'm sick of watching movies and things like that. So we will get there around 1:30, and it's lovely because Aruba is a small island. So like from one area, like from the top to the bottom of the island's like what, like 45 minutes or something. Whereas like at my wedding at Sandals, Jamaica, Sandals OG, it was like a 2-hour drive from the airport. It was like brutal. But everyone was like, oh, OG's like a really great resort, like versus Montego Bay. I would be curious to see Sandals Montego Bay just to compare the two, because Montego Bay is like 15-20 minutes from the airport. So, you know, since we're just getting there in the afternoon, we'll have to check in. I'd love to quick put a bathing suit on and run down to the beach. That's what we are there for. We are not pool people. I am not judging, but I genuinely don't understand the people that go to these resorts and go lay by the pool. Maybe you don't like sand or whatever, which like my husband doesn't like sand, but when the water is so completely beautiful like, we have the perfect mix of relaxation and activity and all the things. Like, I should be a vacation planner, honestly. And yeah, so you're also with all-inclusives, a lot of times you have to like make a dinner reservation because they have to feed everyone. It's like they're feeding cattle, but you're like fighting everybody to like make those reservations. Like with Sandals, you had to call them and do it over the phone, and you can only do it like when you get on property, which is super annoying because a lot of times by the time you get on property, it's like other people that are already there have already taken all the reservations, and then just the buffet is left. Like, that part is super annoying. Luckily, this resort has an app that you can do it, I think, 24 hours in advance, or even maybe a little more than that, maybe 24 hours. So I have calendar reminders that I will make a dinner reservation like before we get on resort, so that we won't have to go to like the worst restaurant, you know, day one. Okay, so our first full day, and I'm sure we'll have drinks and stuff after dinner. We'll go to the bar, you know. We love that. It's funny because like occasionally I'll see a comment and like people get so like butthurt about like people drinking and things these days, or like the culture of like enjoying alcohol. And as much as I don't ever want to like promote like anything that is unhealthy or dangerous or whatever, like I don't know, like I love to have cocktails with my husband and my friends. Like, we enjoy it very much, and I am not apologetic about that whatsoever. Like, to me, it's fun. And people will be like, what, you can't have fun without drinking? I'm like, it's a different kind of fun. Like, anyway, so definitely we'll have drinks Wednesday night, but just stay on the resort. I did leave the resort for a bar once with the twins. One night we went out. I don't remember what club we were at. Couldn't tell you. I did post a vlog of when me and the twins went to Aruba. I posted that on my website recently. I made that vlog. Like, I filmed it, like edited it myself back in the day for like my old channel. So that was cute to look back and watch. So Thursday, we want to just do the beach all day. We're there for the beach. Like I said, we love the beach when the water is clear and blue and beautiful. We live near Jersey. We do the Jersey Shore. My husband hates going to the Jersey Shore, like to the beach. He's like, I hate this, da-da-da. But once he gets somewhere like Jamaica, Aruba, Mexico, and the ocean, he's like a fish. Like, he never wants to get out, which I'm the same way. But I'll swim in the Jersey Ocean. It's not the same, but I'll do it. Miami. I was thinking about Miami, guys. Side story. I went to Miami a few years ago, and me and Brina, my friend Brina, went swimming in the water one day because we were so hungover, and we were like, we just need to be brought back to life. Let's go in the ocean. And we did. And something smacked me in the face. When I tell you what hit me in the face was a piece of human poop. I swear to God, that is what it was. And Brina was dying laughing, and I was like, I'm just going to swim out into the middle of the ocean and, you know, end it all here. Anyway, so yeah, day one, we're just going to do the beach all day, but because we'll have been on the resort all day and we'll have had dinner and seen the nightlife the night before, we'll be venturing off for dinner. I am so excited for this night because I made a dinner reservation at this restaurant called Madame Jeanette. I've heard really great things. I did so much research trying to find different restaurants and nightlife options and things, which luckily it's a small island, so there's a lot of overlap when you see people talking about these places. piece of white fish. I've just not been into that. Lately I've been on a kick. I've been enjoying it, which is great because it's healthy for you, and you know, what's not to love? Plus, somewhere like this is going to have probably really fresh, amazing fish, so I'm so excited. I already know what I'm gonna order from the freaking menu. The wedge salad, which looks so good, and has like candied like maple bacon bits on it. Like, oh my god. And then they have like a famous like almond crusted grouper. Can't wait. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll go and like see what the bar situation is. The ones I have written down, just like for in general, is Moomba Beach, which like everyone talks about. Me and the twins went to Moomba Beach for breakfast, for brunch, because they're open like all day. It's like, it reminds me of like Secrets in Ocean City, Maryland, if you're like familiar. Like, you can go there for like lunch and chill, but then if you go there at 11 o'clock at night, it like turns into a nightclub. Apparently Sundays are the best night at Moomba, but Sunday's our last night, so who knows if we'll make it there on Sunday. And I'm just with my husband. It doesn't need to be the craziest like night we've ever had. We just want to like check the vibes. I also have South Beach, The Mills, Fat Tuesdays, Boutique, which is apparently a speakeasy, Apotec, which is apparently a speakeasy, and The View, which is like a rooftop that seems like people don't seem, there's not a ton of you know, hype around it, but it just might be somewhere cute to like have a drink. Everyone loves a good rooftop situation. We had to make our dinner reservation so early because like there was no other options other than like 6 o'clock. Like, so yeah, so I'm so excited about that. Can't wait to have that dinner. Then Friday, my husband wanted to do a UTV, wanted to run a UTV. They're street legal there. You can ride them around. If you guys know Tony, you know he's big into quads, dirt bikes, cars, like anything with an engine, and he's really great on these. In Rome, we rented a Vespa and drove around. I don't know how they rent those out to just like any old person, because if you do not have the skills to know how to drive that thing, especially on those little cobblestone streets with a million people around, like, no way. So there's things like the natural pool, there's some lighthouses, Baby Beach is like a spot we wanted to see. So we'll go around to kind of like Aruba. I believe it's the north side of the island is the more like wavy, like rocky side, and there's like desert there and like cactuses and stuff. And I went and saw there's like a chapel there that's like, you know, famous. Me and the twins did like an excursion for a day when we were there and saw that stuff. So it'll be fun to do that on a UTV. This company called Rough Riders, RUFF, they bring you the UTV, they drop it at your resort, and then they pick it up at the end of the day, which is like lovely. Like, what a great service. We are kind of over like group activities for the most part and really like to do things just the two of us. Not to knock the group stuff if you're like into that, but it's just, you can make your own schedule and timing, and it just feels better. And then, so of course we'll have lunch somewhere. We have the UTV for the whole day. So the place I wrote down was Boogaloo. It's like a little like, they have like fish tacos and fries and stuff. It's like on the beach. Sea Rover was the one that I really want to go to. It's like all fresh fish. They have like literally fish, shrimp, plantains, fries. Like, that's like it. And like beer. have like your feet in the water while you're eating. We didn't get one of those, and I think they now changed it to like just sunset that you can have those, or 4 p.m. I don't know. It was the way that with this reservation, it wanted my life story. It wanted my arrival and departure date. It wanted to know my resort. I was like, what if I'm a local? Like, why are you asking me this stuff? Like, you filled out a form, and then they emailed you back and was like, okay, you got your reservation. I was like, weird. So really excited about that. I think as far as nightlife goes, Saturday, it'll be a little bit of a TBD. I'd say we probably will just call it a night a little early and go back to the resort and just have drinks on the resort, because the next day we have a boat day, which I'm so excited about. I love going on a boat. Oh, I just love it. Like, oh my god, it's just my favorite place to be, is on an island on a boat. That doesn't make sense because you know what I'm saying. There's literally a website called getmyboat.com. It's amazing for like bachelorette parties, trips, where you can search different boats and rent it for the day. It's like the Uber for boats. Not really, because you do in advance, but there's different, price ranges, different types of things, and it's fabulous. So we have this boat for 6 hours. They'll take us around. Maybe we'll snorkel a little. They'll give us like some charcuterie, and they'll have drinks. It's like a whole ass like yacht, basically. Like, there's like a bedroom in it, there's a bathroom on it. It's so nice. I'm so excited to see it. We like always do this. It's become like our tradition whenever we go on vacations like these. In Jamaica, of course, we had a catamaran with like the whole, all of our wedding guests, and that was fabulous and so much fun. I heard they do like a really fun thing there called Jolly Pirates. That's like a big like drinking like party on a boat with like a group of people. So that would probably be like really fun for like singles and like bachelorettes and things like that. I have in my notes, I have to get cash for the tip for the captain. You always gotta tip the captain and the people on the boat really well. So yeah, that night we'll just have dinner on the resort. We'll probably be a little tipsy coming back, and we'll be tired. It'll be our last day, and then the next day we have our flight, and our flight's a little later in the afternoon because there's like one option. So maybe we'll go and grab brunch somewhere first after we, check out of the hotel or whatever. And I've heard like getting out of Aruba is like a pain in the ass because you have to go through customs twice. I don't remember this being a thing when I went. Like, I remember it being a thing, but I don't remember it taking like tens of thousands of years. So we'll see. So that is my whole itinerary. If you'd like me to plan your next vacation, yeah, so I'm very excited. I can't believe we have gone on all these like trips recently. I'm like, who am I? Like, just growing up and doing like, the Jersey Shore as vacations and occasionally other things and whatnot, and then you get to be an adult and you're like, oh hey, like I can spend my money on travel and different experiences that matter to me, and it's just a great thing. Experiences and trips, I think, are a great thing to prioritize when you can. So I'm really happy, and I'm glad that like places like this are really not too like far, and they're decently like affordable, right, compared to like Turks and Caicos or like far like Hawaii. Although I want to get to Turks and Caicos, that's on next on my list.